Joining us for this brief video on how to set up a supplier registration request for the City of Oklahoma City. I'll be taking you through a couple of screens to make sure that you can enter all the information that you may need and submit for our vendor registration team. The first box that I'd like to discuss is this business relationship choice. When you click that drop down, you can select from prospective or spend authorized. The difference being if you select spend authorized here highlighted in blue, it will allow the registration to go and move forward through the bank account information and possibly the products and services section. If you are not aware or sure of that information, you can always choose the prospective choice in that relationship, and you will be able to submit your ACH banking information. You'll just be able to do that after you submit this first process. So I'm going to use prospective for this demonstration. I'm going to select my City of Oklahoma City as my procurement business unit. And as a new supplier, I'm going to select a new supply source. I'm going to have my company details that I can enter in. I'm going to select my country. I can put a taxpayer ID and just start to build some of my information in here. My organization type is based on the tax structure of your organization. The supplier type is going to be supplier. And moving down, we can now actually take your W-9 and drag it and drop it in this location. The category is from supplier, and once it's complete, the W-9 or upload will show down there at the bottom of the screen. And once everything is satisfactory on this screen, I'm going to move forward to the contacts, and then addresses, and then business classification screen. Again, if I had toggled to the spend authorized choice, I would be able to move forward in the registration process and include my banking information. All right, I'm going to go ahead and hit continue on this screen. And now we're going to look at setting up some contacts. I'm going to set myself up as the initial contact for this organization. I'm an owner. I've got an email that I can add in here. Job title and other contact information can be provided. The thing I want to draw attention to is this first radial button choice is this an administrative contact? And what that means is this contact will receive general communication via email as listed in the box above. And does this contact need a user account? So I, as an owner, will probably need an account, and I'll have security as an owner. If I had some staff members that also needed a user account, you could come and build them their contact information, select yes as an administrative contact so they can receive emails. You can select yes that they need a user account, and then you can select their permissions and access based on what you'd like them to see. You can always add more contacts by scrolling to the bottom and hitting this plus button. You'll just re-enter the information, select which buttons you'd like, and then move forward. 2, 3, as many as you'd like. Once everything is satisfied, you can hit continue to the addresses section of the registration process. What's going to happen here is this first box is going to ask for us to name this address. Now, in this address naming convention, I'm going to start with naming it home. I want to make sure that it gets typed in correctly. A home address name will tell this computer that we are going to mail our purchase orders to that address. And you can always scroll down and add another address if you need to. But in this demonstration, I'm a one-man shop, so my home mailing address and my remit address are going to be located all at the same place. So I can go ahead and select home/remit because I only have one address for this demonstration. The difference is remit will be how they receive payments. So if you do choose to add both in this name column, please make sure that you are selecting the purchase orders and receiving payments at this address. Now, of course, if you have a separate address that you want to use for your remit or separate for home or vice versa, you can always come down here to the plus sign and add another address and name it what you prefer. And please make sure that you select the appropriate boxes. Now I'm just going to go ahead and continue to populate the rest of some of these boxes with my address. Now I can toggle through. I'm going to go ahead and move down here to the postal code box. Got to make sure my data entry is correct. It will shortlist for you. I happen to know that this zip code is located in Bethany, Oklahoma. So I'm going to go ahead and just select that quickly, and it kind of populates all the pre-existing boxes for me. Very handy. And the last little piece I want to draw your attention to is this, which contacts are associated to this address. Now those contacts are what I filled in on the previous section. So if you want to make a relationship between that contact and this address, you will select that box right there. What that means is I'm a one-man shop. I want to make sure all of my contacts are going to hit continue to move on to the business classification section. And here we get a nice drop down and selection for you. If none of these classifications are applicable, you'll be able to select that choice and hit submit and move forward. For the purposes of this demonstration, I'm going to select minority owned just so that we can show this subclassification here. You can choose whatever is appropriate for your organization. This fields here are asking for some certificate information. We are not requiring or asking for those certificate details at this time, so you do not have to enter any information past those fields. Everything looks good here, so I'm going to hit submit to get my registration number. That's this little 19 series number up here in the top left. What has happened is I have submitted my registration to our vendor registration team. You will receive an email from our team that's saying your submission is being reviewed. And during that time, our vendor registration team may reach out to you for W-9, tax information, or any other missing components, but we will be in contact fairly regularly to make sure that you are getting set up and secure. The next email that you guys will get is a registration was approved email. Now this will all come from our Oklahoma City vendor registration email desk. So you'll be able to see some of those repeated emails are just kind of giving you an update of it was submitted, it's under review, and it's in approval status. The other piece I'd like to mention here is that if you did ask for any of those user accounts to be created, those users will also receive an email and instructions on how to finish setting up. Now, if you have any questions, problems, or need any support whatsoever, our vendor registration team is ready and willing to help. You can reach out to them directly via email at vendorregistration@okc.gov. Again, vendor registration at okc.gov. That concludes this brief demonstration on how to submit a vendor registration. Thank you so much for watching. Hope this was helpful. Have a great day. Bye-bye.